Social justice remains a key global racism issue, especially in addressing racism and sexism faced by the Black community in the United States. This case study highlights two powerful voices in this space, which is Beyonce and Oprah Winfrey. Beyonce's 2020 BET Awards speech focused on racial inequality and community empowerment, while Oprah's Golden Globe speech sheds light on racial injustice and sexual assault against Black women. Both used their platform to advocate for equity, inclusion, and human rights. This study analyzed the linguistic and sociolinguistic elements in their speeches, aligning with the social component of ESG by showing how language can drive real societal change. This study aims to examine how Beyonce and Oprah Winfrey use language in their speeches to reflect key sociolinguistic concepts, specifically register, speech community, identity, and power relations. It also explores how these speeches ties into the social aspect of ESG. Register refers to the representations by specific groups, in particular social settings. A speech community is a group of people who share common language, values, and practices. This case study focuses on two key elements, which is power relations, which explore how language reflects and maintains influence and hierarchy, and identity, which is on how individuals express themselves through language as it aligns with the social components of ESG, highlighting how language connects to diversity, equity, inclusion, and community relations. This case study takes a qualitative approach to analyze the sociolinguistic and rhetorical features in speeches by Beyonce and Oprah Winfrey. They were chosen for their global influence and strong advocacy for social justice, aligning with the social aspect of ESG, particularly equity, representation, and community empowerment. Beyonce's 2020 BET speech and Oprah's 2018 Golden Globe speech address racial and gender inequality. The study examines how language is used to shape identity, drive social change, and challenge power structures using lexical analysis, rhetorical patterns, and a sociolinguistic ESG framework. In this slide, we will explore the concept of register, which refers to the style or tone of language used based on the context and the audience. Beyonce's speech used a semi-formal and activist-oriented register, aiming to mobilize and emotionally connect with her audience, especially the Black community. Oprah, on the other hand, used a more formal, poetic style to deliver a hopeful message, fitting for the prestigious Golden Globes events. Both use powerful language to inspire action and unity. So for the next part, we will focus on the speech community, which is a group who share language norms and values. Beyonce addressed the African American activist community by connecting current struggles with historical resistance.
Now, let's explore how Beyonce and Oprah construct their identities through language. Beyonce positioned herself as part of the communist community, not above it. When she says, "I want to dedicate this award to all of my brothers and sisters out there," she built solidarity by emphasizing shared goals and life experience. On the other hand, Oprah presents herself as a survivor and a cultural leader. Her quote, "I come as one, but I stand but as 10,000," reflects a powerful symbolic identity. She draws from personal history and collective memory to represent strength and resilience for women across generations. Next, both speakers confront system of power using strategic language. Beyonce directly addresses racial injustice and inequality. Her quote continue to be the voice both Beyonce and Oprah empowers her audience to speak up and challenge oppression, particularly within Black communities. Meanwhile, Oprah critiques gender-based abuse and the silencing of survivors. Speaks directly to a politically active women have not been heard or believed. She demands accountability and systemic reform, a new day in the horizon, the urgency of listening to marginalized, creating a hopeful, elevated message. For speech community, Beyonce connects with Black activists and ancestral heritage, saying "my brothers and sisters" and "our ancestors." Meanwhile, Oprah built solidarity across social lines, addressing domestic workers, farm workers, our soldiers, which unites all social interests. Both speakers address race and gender, but in distinct ways. For Beyonce, race is central. She emphasized black identity and resistance, with you're proving to our ancestors that the struggles were not in vain. In contrast, Oprah also centers race through historical figures like Rosa Parks and Recy Taylor, saying her story was our story to connect past injustice to represent empowerment. When it comes to gender, Beyonce takes a broader justice-focused approach, referencing my brothers and sisters, but Oprah places gender at the core, highlighting systemic abuse for every woman who dared to speak her truth, making female resistance and voice the focus of her message. In this session, we look at how Beyonce and Oprah represent different communities through their speeches. Beyonce focuses on Black activist community, pushing for actions against injustice and highlighting collective strength. Oprah brings attention to women from all walks of life, especially those who've been silenced or overlooked. Both use their platform to speak for people who are often left out of mainstream media. This directly supports the social pillar of ASG by promoting representation, inclusion, and equity through powerful storytelling and visibility. In conclusion, Beyonce and Oprah use language to bring attention to racism, gender inequality, and social justice. Through their speeches, they show strong identity and challenge systems of power. They use their platform to speak for marginalized groups and motivate others to take action. This study shows how language can support the social ESG theme by promoting equity, inclusion, and fair representation in media.